Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the Knitty Witch channel, season 2, episode 3. I am a knitting and crochet and spinning, fiber arts podcast, and with a little bit of sewing thrown in now that I've picked that up. I say that I've picked that up, but in actuality, what I did was I did what I always do when I start a new craft, and I get really excited and I go out and I buy all the things. And then I don't make anything. Does anyone else do that? So I went out and I bought a brand new sewing machine and all this stuff to sew, and I have not sewed since the last podcast. So that's going great, but every now and then you'll see some sewing thrown in if I can manage to stick with it. I am on all of the social medias. You can find me online on Instagram as Knitty Witch. You can find me on Ravelry as Knitty-Witch, and you can now find me on Threads as Knitty Witch. Threads is fun. It's like Twitter, or X as we're calling it now. And it is all crocheters and knitters on my feed that are sharing their thoughts, and it's just been really great. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check out Threads, I would definitely do that. You can find my shop at knittywitch.com, which will kick you to my Etsy store. It is empty right now as I'm not entirely sure the direction I'm going to be taking with the shop, but it is there for now. You can also email me at knittywitchshop@gmail.com, or you can DM me on any of the social medias and I will get back to you. I love chatting with everyone and I love it when you guys reach out to me. It's so good to get to spend a little bit of time in conversation with each one of you. So today I have a few things going on. I have a couple finished objects, I have some works in progress, some acquisitions, and a giveaway. So it's been a month since I talked to you last. I keep trying to podcast more than once a month, but it seems that I just don't make fast enough for that to be a thing. So a month is really working out for me, and I'm gonna really try to go on the shorter side of the month, but I'm going to be filming the podcast and bring them out at the end of the month. I like that better. I like that I have the whole month to work on my things, and then I get to share them with you at the end of the month. And I like the way that's been working, so we're going to keep it like that for now. So I was feeling a little lonely and thought I would bring my buddy Jack here to keep me company and be my co-host. Hi, Jack. Hello. Put his hand back. And let's get started. As you can see, I have a finished object right here. Per the last episode, I have been making a lot of these patterns recently. I'm going to be doing a craft vending fair / Comic-Con in Dover, Delaware in November. And I'm making this pattern as my main item. So this is the Wild Oleander Hooded Scarf by Andrea of Wickedly Handmade. This is a crochet paid for pattern, and this pattern is amazing. If you're a beginning crocheter, you can totally do this, I promise. So I am actually not mainly a crocheter. I am a knitter. I know that's kind of been a little hard to tell recently because all I've been doing is crocheting, but I am a knitter primarily. I learned to crochet when I was 6 years old, but I only learned to chain and do single crochet, and I never really picked up what to do with it until like, I don't know, a couple months ago when I started to get like really heavy into crochet. I love crocheting blankets because knitting takes a little too long to knit a blanket for my tastes. So I always crochet my blankets. First, I started with just single crochet chunky yarn blankets. Then I moved on to the virus blanket, which is a free pattern. I've mentioned it before. You can find it on YouTube by Jonna Martinez. And then slowly but surely, this whole world of crochet started to blossom and bloom and open up in front of me. And all of these possibilities for these makes are falling into my lap. And I am so excited to make all these things. They just happen to be crochet this time. But if you're a beginning crocheter, you can do this. If you can single crochet and double crochet, you got this. So this is made out of Lion brand Mandala Sparkle. I will throw the colorway name up on the screen. I don't remember what it was exactly. And as you can see, it's got the hood portion here that you throw over your head, and the scarf that hangs down on your chest. And this will be getting tassels. I think that a lot of people do make them without the tassels, but I feel like for me, it looks a little unfinished. I'm not generally a tassel person, but I feel like on this pattern, the tassels really work out. So I'm gonna be adding pink tassels. And look at the sparkle in that. Like, it's so pretty. So this will be getting pink sparkles, and then it will be done. I won't be showing it again. I'm considering this done. I'm throwing them all in a pile that I'm finishing, and I'll be putting tassels on all of them at the same time, and they'll be done. I won't be showing them again. So I'm considering this done, and it was a lot of fun to make. I have made 6. I think this is the 6th one, and I still have more to make. So I haven't gotten burnt out on them yet. It's still a lot of fun to make, and I'm really enjoying the pattern. I have really bad allergies this year. So excuse me if I keep pausing. I have to pause to swallow because I have a lot of buildup in my throat, and it's kind of a little hard to talk sometimes. So the second finished object that I finished, the second FO that I finished, is a garter stitch scarf. I will throw a picture up on the screen because I don't actually have it with me. I gifted it to my friend who it was for. So I started this garter stitch scarf 2 years ago, maybe before Christmas, 2 Christmases ago. And it was supposed to be a Christmas gift, and it didn't work. And then it was supposed to be a Christmas gift for the next year, and I didn't finish it. And then this year, her birthday came along, and I was like, I am giving this to her for her birthday. She is getting this scarf. So I made this scarf out of Cascade Eco Duo, which is a 70-ish, I don't have the band, but it's about 70-ish alpaca, baby alpaca, and the rest is in ultrafine merino wool. This scarf is decadent. It is so soft and beautiful. It is probably one of the most beautiful scarves that I have ever made. I am fully thrilled with how it came out. It is just stunning, but I can say that I will not be making another one. Guys, garter stitch scarves, worsted weight yarn, I cannot do it. I get so bored. I get like really motivated in the beginning, and I'm going, and then it just slogs, especially since she likes her scarves to be very long. So the scarf that I made was probably maybe 10 feet long, because she's 5'4" and it almost touched the ground on one side, so you know it wraps, so it's like 5'4" on both sides, so almost 12 feet almost. It was a lot of stitches. So I'm so glad that that's done and that she has it and she loved it, and I'm excited to have that whip out of my bin. The last FO that I have for you is a long time coming. I actually was reminded by one of you viewers that I had it because I had it stashed away in a corner, and I'll show you why. So if you remember, for Christmas, I got a Christmas advent. And it was an unusual advent from Junk Yarn because it wasn't a normal open up yarn everyday advent. You opened up a skein of yarn every week, and every week was a 50-gram skein of yarn that you used to complete another portion of a pattern specific to the kit written by Leslie Ann Robinson, who is Knit Graffiti. So this project, all that to say, this project was living in my gem bag. And I'm showing you this bag, one, because it is super awesome, but two, because the whole entire kit is based off of this picture right here. This is all of the characters in the, well, not all of the characters, but all the main characters in the Gem show. So the kit was Gem and the holograms. The shawl was the truly outrageous shawl, because if you've ever seen Gem, she is truly, truly, truly outrageous. So here it is. All right. And I still got, oh my goodness, I still got yarn ends everywhere. So here's the band. So junk yarn. This bag, by the way, is amazing. This was made by Fate's Threads, and I will throw that on the screen as well. Fate's Threads has awesome bags, and if you sign up for her newsletter, she throws discount codes in there. So she has a fully stocked shop all the time. She's got tons of stuff. You don't have to wait for an update. I really love her bags. I have a lot of them. She makes nerdy bags, and that's why I ended up with a Gem bag. So I'm sorry to stall, but here we are. And guys, I have a finishing problem. I have not woven in the ends yet. So I apologize. I might actually bring this shawl back when I block it and weave in the ends, but it is finished. So here it is. So here we go. And every one of these colors represented a character from the bag. So not from the bag, from the show, but you know, like I showed you. So the pink is Gem. The coral or salmon is her sister, Kimber. This beautiful brioche section here with the purple is to represent Shayna, who has purple hair. The blue is to represent Aja, who has blue hair. And the chartreuse, I have to get my face out of the way so it'll focus. The chartreuse section is to represent Pizzazz, who was actually a misfit, and a misfit was like the enemy, the frenemy like, of them. And these are not colors that I would have normally thrown together on my own, but because they represent each one of the characters, this shawl has a special place in my heart. I grew up on Gem. A lot of people grew up on Barbie, but I was always a little different as a kid, and I always liked really weird things. And Gem was not really weird, but she was awesome. She was a rock star, and I loved her. I had the doll, I had everything. So this shawl is near and dear to my heart because this was my childhood. I was born in 82. I'm 41 years old, and these were my dolls. This was such an amazing pattern. Like, look at this beautiful brioche section right here. I have to keep looking around. So I'm filming this, guys, in cinematic mode. If you don't know, just a quick blurb here, I film on my iPhone 13 Pro. I film on all iPhones. I usually upgrade to the newest iPhone, which I will be doing, the 15 Pro Max. And I'm trying the cinematic mode, which is more like a regular DSLR camera where it has the autofocus and the shift. If I find that it does not focus the way that I want it to, I will not be using this mode anymore, and I will go back to the original mode. So I apologize if it gets a little aggravating. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, so I love that. And then this section right here has like kind of like a little design in it, or it's got like a bricklay design, and then the lace on the chartreuse section. Just a great pattern. Like, I had so much fun making this. This was a blast. I was looking this year to see if Kemper would do another one, but she didn't. I was really looking forward, or not looking forward, but I was really hoping that she would. It was just so much fun. It was such a blast. It was such a great kit. So I'm so happy that it's done and it's off the needles, and I finished it. this back. And I still have a little bit of yarn left over, but not much. A couple colors I had more of, like the blue didn't last very long. I didn't have much left over, but it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I have nothing but good things to say about this. So, Wild Oleander hooded scarf, garter stitch scarf, Gem in the Holograms Truly Outrageous shawl. Guys, that's 3 finished objects. Like, who am I? So let's move into works in progress. All right, so for works in progress, I'm sorry that I'm looking down. I literally have everything at my feet. So what do I want to show first? I am working on 3 things. Okay, I'm working on 3 things. I have 2 bags. That's why I'm a little confused. So I'm working on 3 projects, and the other project is another one of these. I started it in, let me see if I have the yarn. I did not have the yarn. Wait. I take it back. I do have some of the yarn. So I am making the next Wild Oleander hooded scarf out of this colorway. So this is more like a mermaid kind of color scheme. It's got the teal, the purples, and the sparkle once again. So the next Wild Oleander hooded scarf that I started is right here. I haven't actually casted it on yet, or I don't know what it's called when you cast on in crochet. I haven't started it yet. So I'll be making it out of that. But I forgot to show you guys last time my big project that I've been working on. And I've taken a little bit of a break, and it has taken a backseat to the hood. But this, guys, this project is just, I have no words. It's amazing. So this is the Big Cozy Cardi by Andrea Mowry. This is a knitting pattern. So here's where I'm at with that. Let me get out of the way. So here's where I'm at, and get my face out of the way so it focuses. Here we go. I am making this out of Farmer's Daughter fibers. I'm trying to find, it'd be nice if I knew where my ball bands went, but it is Farmer's Daughter fibers, and this is her Recollect collection or base. And it is this, I've never touched yarn like this before. It is a 2-ply. See if I can get my head out here. Go like this. There we go. So it is a 2-ply yarn. This is I think this is called Chinook Winds, if I'm not mistaken. I know one of them is Chinook Winds, and another one is another colorway name, but it makes this, I don't know, like the stitch definition is so defined. Like the way that the stitches show up is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with this yarn, and I'm in love with this project. This was going to be my Rhinebeck sweater for this year, and it's not going to be because I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to give away the details of the pattern, but I have to knit this pattern for somewhere around like 30 something ish inches, not rows, inches. So I have like half of that right now, like 15, maybe half of whatever I need. I still got a long way to go. And this is the body, and this gets folded in a certain way. She has the schematics, she folds it a certain way, and then she picks up the collar and the button bands out of a mohair, and it is just gorgeous. So I've got a long way to go on this project. It is not going to be done in time for Rhinebeck. It probably would have been if I would have focused on it solely, but it's just not going to happen. But I mean, I can't wait for this to be done. My goal was I wanted to hug Andrea Mowry in it. I did get to meet her last year. It was so amazing. I was wearing her Feel Good shawl, and I really wanted to hug her in this one this year, but that's okay. I'll have it for next year, and I'll hug her in it next year. It's going to be fine. I'm still going to hug her. I'm just not going to be wearing this. So that is my big project. I usually try to keep, excuse me, I'm going to probably sneeze here because if you can see, there's dog hair flying everywhere. My dog sheds a lot. But anyway, so sorry I keep getting sidetracked. It's just a scattered morning. This is living in my Tanny Casey bag that I won from the Flaxy roller skating party last year. I was looking for her tag. It's on the inside, but here it is. A bunch of little roller skates with flowers. It's so cute. It's a great bag. It's a whole tote. And it's perfect for sweater projects. Here is, there you go, the Tanny Casey label. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not mindless. It has a pattern to it, but the pattern is very easy to memorize and very easy to get the flow of. So it's not mindless, but it's not boring either because it's just intricate enough to hold your attention throughout the miles of pattern that you're going to be knitting. I'm using, I believe, let's see, a size 4 or 5. Sorry. A size 4 or 5 needle. Probably a size 5. I'm sorry. This is a podcast where I don't know anything. But yes, it is a sport weight, I believe. So that is the Big Cozy Cardi by Andrea Mowry. It's going to take me a minute to finish that one, but that is okay. I can't wait to have it done. So the project that I have been focusing all of my attention on that I cannot stop making, I apologize, I have dogs and they're fighting. The project that I cannot stop making right now is living in my Delphina Collective bag. So this is the Kawaii food bag that was gifted to me by my friend Wanda for Christmas. And I love Delphina's bags. They're so great. There's her tag right there. Get my face out of the way. All right, so this is the Granny Pop Cardigan by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. And I am making this out of Lion Brand Mandala. And the reason that I did it out of Mandala and not a wool yarn is because her patterns are actually written for acrylic. They're written for, I can't remember the brand of yarn that she suggests because it's not something that I've heard of. She is from Canada and it is a Canadian company. I'm not quite sure what it is, but that is the yarn it was written for, which is an acrylic. And that yarn is comparable to Lion Brand Mandala. So here it is. Let me pull this up. I have it marked for the right side and the wrong side because with this stitch it's hard to tell. There we go. Okay, so this is the right side. So here we are. This is a granny, if you've done the granny stripe blanket, this is what that is in sweater form. And this is a top-down raglan pattern in crochet. I never thought I'd see that. I just wasn't familiar with crochet and I didn't know that that was a thing that you can do. I thought that was like a knitting thing. So it is raglan shaping from starting from the top down. And yeah, I'm loving it. So here is the bottom and I'm picking up right now for the button band and collar. I'm gonna put this on. I'm making the size large. which is funny because I have grown a little bit and I usually make a smaller size, but I make this, hey Jack, can I have that back? I make the smaller sizes, and by smaller I mean like I usually make a 36, and then I use superwash yarn, and when it blocks, it fits. But because I'm using acrylic, and acrylic doesn't block like that, it does not grow, it does not behave like wool, I'm making the size large. And the size large is accurate to my bust measurement. My bust is a 43-inch bust, and the large was for that size. So here we are, and so it doesn't have the collar, it doesn't have the button band. It's coming out pretty nice. I'm calling this my coat of many colors. That is a biblical reference to Joseph. And whoa, I'm all tangled. Sorry. And I cannot stop making this. Like, I can't stop working on it. It is so fun. I'm having so much fun with it. The only complaint that I have with the pattern, and it's not a complaint, it's a design element. So let me backtrack. My only modification that I would make is quite a large modification. And this granny stripe has an extra stitch that makes the spaces between the shells holier and a little more open and airy. And I would really like to close those gaps and do just a traditional standard granny stripe cardigan without the extra spaces. Because I don't like the color of my shirt, even though I wear mostly black, I don't like the color of my shirt to shine through the yarn too much and contrast with the stripes. So I think that I'm going to be remaking this and winging it. I might possibly have to rewrite the pattern or rewrite a pattern for it, but I'm pretty sure I could do it just based on math. I think I could pull this off. So when I have time, one of these times, I'm gonna try to do that. I say that I want to, but there are so many good patterns out there coming out, guys. Like, these designers, they keep releasing patterns like left and right, and I want to make them all. I cannot knit fast enough. I cannot crochet fast enough. I am just loving the ideas and inspiration that is coming from everyone, and the designers are just like knocking it out of the park this year. So I'm almost done with this, and then I got to add sleeves, obviously. I'm a little confused right now, or I'm a little thoughtful. Let's say I'm a little thoughtful on how I'm going to do the sleeves, because here, not a big deal. I got the yellow here, and I could pick up with yellow, or I could pick up with a completely different color and it would stripe. But here on this sleeve, I have the green. This is kind of the issue that you have with self-striping yarns, is that the pattern sizing and everything will make the colors play differently. So with this side, it ended on green. So I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna have the sleeves match perfectly. I don't know if I'm gonna have them opposite of each other. I even thought about doing solid sleeves, but I don't think that's gonna work out. So I don't really know how I'm going to manipulate the color yet. But with self-striping yarns, you kind of do have to manipulate the color. And I'm gonna explain this just in case you're new and you've never done this before. So here is the cake. This is Lion Brand Mandala in the Nifflers colorway. So here's the cake. So here's the last cake. So the last cake of yarn, I was actually quite lucky this time. The last cake of yarn ended on blue. This skein of yarn, or cake of yarn, I'm actually pulling from the outside. Thank you, Kate, for that suggestion. I'm pulling from the outside, and the border ended on green. So this last skein, there's the green. This skein started with green. So what I did was I got to the green on this skein, stopped, and picked up with the green on this skein. And now I'm using this one. So I still have that much left over from the last skein. I can, you see how there's green right there? So when I'm to the middle of this one, I'm gonna pick up and use this one. So you're not wasting if you can, sometimes you're wasting, but with self-striping like this, it's kind of the way, if you want your stripes to line up or to look right, that's kind of how you have to like manipulate it to make it work. I forget what they call that. Color, I'm not sure. I just call it manipulating the color. That's what I'm gonna call it. So that is the Granny Pop Cardigan. What's really cool about this Granny Pop Cardigan is she didn't just write, sorry, I'm like tangled. She didn't just write the cardigan. She wrote a pullover, a granny neck pullover. She wrote a granny neck V-neck pullover. She did a granny pop, like, what do they call those? Like a bomber jacket with a hood and pockets. You can actually incorporate the pockets and the hood onto the sweater that I'm doing, the Granny Pop Cardigan if you wanted. They're interchangeable. So just a great pattern. It's available on Ravelry and her website and Etsy. I know a lot of us aren't using Ravelry anymore. The way that I don't really use Ravelry either. I only use it while I was putting all my projects on there, I still kind of do that. I've been kind of bad about keeping it updated, but I'm trying. I used to keep my stash on there, and then my stash just got like completely out of control. So that's not even gonna happen. And I do use it to keep my spinning notes on there. And if I'm having trouble with a pattern, I will absolutely write notes I will make a project page and I will write notes in the pattern, and that's for me to remember. So it's like my own digital journal. I know that's like kind of what it was supposed to be for in the beginning, but with so many people pulling off of Ravelry right now, it's not as social as it used to be. But I do keep all my patterns on there. I like the database of patterns. As of now, I don't have a good storage system or filing system for my digital files right now, because most of my knitting patterns do come from Ravelry. Ravelry keeps them all sorted and collected for me. With the crochet patterns, I'm finding a lot of them are just PDFs only. So I've been keeping them on my iPad, but I'm a little worried that they're gonna get lost. So I kind of like what Ravelry does in that aspect, that it keeps your patterns for you. And it integrates really well with Knit Companion. But I do recognize that I feel like maybe Ravelry is dying a slow death. If something doesn't change, I don't know how much longer it's gonna go on with people leaving. So we'll see. But for right now, I do use Ravelry and I do have my patterns on there. So those are all of my finished objects and works in progress. Here's my crochet hook that I dropped on the floor. So this is a size H crochet hook, and I don't like American sizing for crochet hooks. I think it's very confusing. This is a 5mm. It's like the crochet hooks in millimeters are the only metric system numbering I learned. Like, I couldn't tell you what the needles are in millimeters, but I could tell you what the crochet hooks are for sure. So 5mm. I use the 5mm for this pattern, and I use the 5mm for the Granny Pop. So this is the Furls crochet hook. Let's talk about that for a second. So this is the Furls hook, right? Well, come on. Okay, well, it says H. I don't know if you can't see that, but it says H. So the Furls Crochet hooks, the Odyssey. I don't know if you caught their live when they went live, but they're discontinued. So I mentioned last episode that I couldn't get them and they were sold out and they were having issues. Turns out their manufacturer retired. So the manufacturer that made the Odyssey, the metal hooks, are retired. So now they're in the process of finding a new manufacturer. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm very excited for it because all of the kinks and issues and complaints that people had with the Odyssey hooks, they've listened and they have worked with an ergonomist for over a year, she said, to redesign, revamp, and make these perfect for you. And I cannot wait. She said that they were going to have the size of the hook actually etched in or engraved on the hook this time. So it's not, the sticker coming off is not going to be a problem. The sticker is just, like, I don't know why they thought the sticker was the solution, but it's definitely not. I can tell you that. So I'm sad. I'm sad because these are my favorite hooks. I'm excited for the new ones, but I'm impatient and I want them right now. Luckily, I have enough hooks to get me by. It's not a big deal right now, but I am looking forward to the new horizons and the new direction that they're going to be taking with the Furls Odyssey hooks. Yay. All right. So let's move into acquisitions. My first acquisition for you is something that you're not going to be surprised about. If you know me, you know my favorite color is pink, and I had to have these because they're pink. This is the pink Lyyke. There you go. This pink Lyyke crochet hook set. Here, there we go. Look at that. So these are birchwood, I believe. I saved the little, so it's got a little pouch here. I love this case. All right, here they are. So it's got 10 pieces, E4 through M13. So 3.5 millimeter through 9 millimeter. And it doesn't say what they're made of right now, but I'm pretty sure it said on the package that they were birch. And I'm going to be honest. If you are used to crocheting with straight, basic wooden crochet hooks, you're going to love these. Like, if you like the Knit Picks Caspians, then you'll probably like this. I picked it up and I started crocheting with it. And for me, they're too light. They don't have the weight. And so these are things that I am saying as a personal preference that a lot of people, these will be good things for you. The fact that they're not heavy. Because I'm so used to the weight of the Furls hook. It is weighted. Let me see if I could. It is weighted. And very heavy. These are very light and very, they're not flimsy, I promise. They're very different, and I didn't click with them like I did with the Odyssey hooks. So I'm not saying I regret this purchase. I am very happy to have it, and it's something that I will probably maybe bring with me somewhere if I want to start a project and I'm not sure what hooks I'll need, or if I need multiple hooks of different sizes, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to add this to my collection. I absolutely love it. But as far as using these for my main crochet tool, they're not for me, but they can absolutely work for you. So take that at face value. Do not take my word for it. If you think it's something that you will like, please go try them and give it a shot. Give it a fair chance, because everyone is different when it comes to their tools. So that was really exciting though, because they're pink. I love them. They're pink. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I love how, let me talk about what I love about them. What I love about them is that they have the sizes right on them on the metal, which is brilliant. So there's no having to wonder what size they are, which was a problem with my Knit Picks ones. I never knew what size they were. I'm not sure if they're written on there, but I'm pretty sure they're not. So yeah, so that is the Lyyke crochet hook set. I'm trying to think if they had a name for the pink. I'm not sure. Anyway, sidetracked. I'm like today, squirrel all over the place. My second acquisition, I'm so excited about. So this is from Asylum Fibers. I love her stuff. This is a kit for the Stephen West Mystery Knit-Along that starts in October. But here's the deal. I've been burned by Stephen before. His patterns are beautiful, they're great, but if you don't have the right colors, they will not work out. Or for me, like in previous years, I've chosen colors that just did not like the way that they looked. Had I chosen different colors, might have loved the pattern. So this year, I bought this gorgeous freaking kit. Like, look at this. Look at this blend, this fade. It is so beautiful. Like, absolutely gorgeous. So his new pattern uses 4 skeins of fingering weight in contrasting colors, fading colors. And I am not going to be casting this on because I'm busy. I cannot do this right now. But if I like the pattern and it comes out good when I see the way it's going, I will make it after the fact. And that's just because of time. That's because I just don't have time to work on a shawl right now. So the colors are Flowing Freely, House Coat, Dusty Delights, and Ballet Slippers. Oh my God, it's just so pretty. Like, so freaking pretty. I'm so excited about this. When she listed this online, this was the kit of all the kits. The kit of kits for me. So thank you so much for dyeing this up, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how this shawl is going to come out and see if I am in fact going to be using this for the shawl, or if I'll be having to find another pattern to go with it, which is fine too, but I'm just happy to have this in my stash one way or another, whether I make the pattern or not, because it's such a beautiful fade. I picked up a couple literature books. No, there's not actually literature, they're pattern. But, so the first book I'm so excited about, this is from Alexis Sixel. I follow her on Instagram. She is a crocheter. She does mosaic crochet. It's a technique that I have not learned yet, but I will be. And here is her book, Mosaic Crochet. There we go. Trying to keep my face out of the way. Like, look at these patterns. I cannot wait to start making some of those. Let's go, let's go. I'm going to show you, there is a pattern in here that I'm like absolutely like floored over. She does a blanket that's mosaic crochet with all skeletons. I don't think that is in the book, but it is like one of her patterns that she sells. Hello, I need to make this. What witch doesn't need a pentagram shawl? And if you are not familiar, and you probably aren't, most people aren't, a pentagram is the star without the circle, and a pentacle is a star with the circle around it. The difference is the pentagram represents the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. The pentacle with the circle around it represents the 4 elements and the human spirit surrounded by the love of God. And I don't want to say we, because this does not reflect my personal beliefs or anyone else's, but most pagans do not believe in a monotheistic God. So for them, it's surrounded by the love of Gaia, nature, spirit, and everything that encompasses the earth. I mean, come on, that's so cute. So I'm really excited about this book. I'm excited to learn, look at that. I'm excited to learn this technique so that I could start making stuff like this, because I feel like once you get the hang of the technique, the world is your oyster and you can probably just do like so much with it. So I'm really excited about that book. And then the book that I'm so excited about that came out, the official Nightmare Before Christmas knitting book by Tanis Gray. I am so excited about this book. So I'm going to show you the patterns that I'm most excited about. All right. So the patterns that I am like so excited about is, first off, she does, of course, Jack. Like, hello, that's super cute. And not only does she do Jack, but she does Jack with his Christmas suit. So there is also the pattern for his Christmas outfit. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like a child with this book. I love it so much. And then, as if I could have Christmas stuff in my house, my whole house is decorated Halloween. 365 days of the year, with the exception of the yarn room. It's all decorated for Halloween. Look at these spooky stockings. Spooky stockings. We need spooky. Oh my God. I have to make those for the family. Now I have to make one for everyone. And then they have knitted ornaments, which I have to make. I need those. Definitely have to make those for my house. There's a pillow of Jack. But my absolute favorite pattern in this whole entire book was written by my girl, Tristan of Dragon Horde Designs. Oh my God, guys. Like, oh my God. It's a Halloween Town sweater. She's so talented. I love her designs so much. She's super talented. I think hands down, that is my favorite pattern out of the entire book. I told her that. I told her I'm going to make it. Also, my second favorite pattern, Sally socks. Look at those. Like, how cool is that? Someone designed that, guys. Someone went out of their way and put that all together. How incredible is that? So this, I'm just so excited about this. I was waiting for it. I know that she also released the Fellowship of the Knits one for Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I will be purchasing that one as well. I could only buy one at a time this time. These retail at $40. So I bought this one and I'll be buying the Lord of the Rings one when I can afford it. And I just am so happy to add this to my collection. I'm a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, which is actually funny because I was older when this movie came out and I didn't see it when it came out. I saw it much later and I didn't like it. I was like, this is annoying. There's things singing everywhere. Like, what is going on? And then it grew on me. it grew on me to a point where it is my life now. And actually, I wonder if I could, hold on, we're gonna take a trip, a little turn here. Move my head out of the way. If I turn, you'll see my mess, but you'll also see how my whole living room is based off of Nightmare Before Christmas and Halloween. I don't know if you could see that. So, move you back slowly so no one gets any motion sickness, hopefully. Hi. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, guys. So, the last thing I have for you is actually something fun. It is a giveaway. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I was so fortunate, and we as a group are so fortunate to have makers out there that support us and send us things and to give to you. So grateful that there are people out there that do this for us. And this month, 716 Knits is going to be the giveaway for this month. So 716 Knits is in Buffalo, New York. Here is the tag. And this is the 716 sock. It is 80 superwash, 20 nylon, 400 yards, made in the USA. And I'm giving this one away for this month because we're coming up on October. And the colorway name is I Happen to Be a Very Powerful Man Witch. So here it is. I'm trying to like get my face out of the way but still see. So look at how gorgeous that is. So if you would like to win this skein, oh, also she included stitch markers here as well. And I love these. So first of all, I don't know if she knows this, but this is green aventurine. And green aventurine actually symbolizes or represents wealth and prosperity. So not only are you getting an awesome skein of yarn, you're getting awesome prosperity stitch markers, money drawing, fortune, all good things. Think green money. And I'll be throwing in a couple extra goodies. So if you would like to win the giveaway for this month, then just leave a comment down below and simply put giveaway in it. This way I know if you're wanting to make a comment and you're not wanting to win the giveaway, go ahead and leave your comment. But if you would like to win or be entered in the giveaway, then leave a comment on this video with the word giveaway in it, and I'll know that you want to be included in the giveaway. So yeah, this is 716 Knits. I actually am a little bit jealous because she does these knit nights that are kind of like sometimes witchy themed, and I wish I could go, but Buffalo is very far from me. So thank you so much for donating this, and I can't wait to give this away to one of you. All right, guys, that is it. That is all I have for you today. Funny story, you're going to be seeing me a lot next month because I will be doing Vlogtober, and that starts tomorrow. So I will have this video up tonight, and then tomorrow starts Vlogtober, where I will share a short video every day for 31 days in October, sharing my life and my Halloween adventures with you. I'm a little disappointed because I did have a Halloween I had a Halloween countdown box that I ordered and it didn't get to me. So I don't know if it was a shipping error or I never got a shipping confirmation. I don't know if it was an order mess up, but I will not be getting that box. I am bummed because I really wanted to share that with you. It was 31 days to open and I will not have that box. However, I did order another Halloween advent and it is a 13-day countdown I will be sharing with you. So we'll make that work for October and we will still have such a blast. So with that being said, I'm going to let you all go. Have an amazing month. Have an amazing time doing whatever it is that you're doing. Amazing is my favorite word because it is awesome. You can tell I was born in the 80s, right? Have an amazing time until I see you again, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Have a good time, guys. Bye.